Ma'am Rana here. Today, I will be discussing the material and economic self. For the learning outcome, students will be able to reflect on how their material things or personal possessions affect and shape one's personal identity. So these are the subtopics of this lesson for today. First, introduction of material and economic self. Second, William James, material self. Third, material self. And fourth, consumerism, identity, and happiness. Before I start, I want you to pause for a minute and think about this question. Am I what I have? You can write it down on a piece of paper or you can just pause for a while and reflect. Let's proceed. Introduction of material and economic self. You are what you have. Do you believe in this statement? Our consumer culture misleads us into thinking that who we are depends on what we have, our material things. We place our worth as a person and identity on the things that we possess or own. We oftentimes describe a person depending on what he or she have. We attach our happiness to the things that we have and we buy. We call shopping a stress reliever, happy pill, and retail therapy. Sometimes, people base their interaction with other people depending on their social status. In this lesson, we will examine how we allow these material things or possessions define who we are as a person. William James is an American psychologist and philosopher. He identified various components of the self, namely its constituents, self-feelings, which pertains to the emotions of the constituents aroused, and self-preservation, which refers to the consequential actions prompted as a result. The material self is part of the constituents. Material self does not only consist of the body, but it also includes the different things he possesses, from a family, friends, and physical things such as clothes, house, cars, gadgets, and even the amount of money the person has. In the material self, a person is defined by the following: his or her definition of oneself, people they are acquainted with, and the accumulation of objects and achievements that the person gained. The material self consists of our body, the clothes we put on our body, and our immediate family and the home we're living in. First, the body. The physical body is the innermost part of the material self. Our body belongs to us. We invest in our body to make sure that it is healthy, functioning well, and to make it look good. Second, clothing. The second layer of our material self is our clothing. A person's clothes are one of the ways to express ourselves. Also, our clothing is one way of showing our status. Third, immediate family and home. Our family is a significant part of who we are. Our immediate family is the extension of ourselves. Losing them is losing part of who we are. So we represent ourselves through the clothes that we wear, the gadgets that we use, the friends that we have, the family that we belong to, and the things that we do and achieve. Let's proceed to consumerism, identity, and happiness. Consumerism and identity. According to Hayes, consumerism is the idea that increasing consumption of goods and services purchased in the market is always a desirable goal. Consumerism, our purchasing behavior, speaks a lot about how we construct or identify through how we construct our identity through the things we buy. Our pattern of consumption also reveal, and it actually does extend to which group do I fit in. What you buy is a way of telling people that I belong to the socio-economic group. Sometimes we are pressured to buy the newest gadgets or newest trends in terms of fashion just to fit into a group. And sometimes we are living beyond our means. Consumerism and happiness. Research has shown that the more we buy in order to satisfy our cravings, the more we feel discontent. If you noticed, after shopping or after buying something you want and not need, you feel elated. But after a while, it's like you've forgotten the thing that you bought. Then you see something that catches your attention and you purchase it and feel elated. And after a while, you forget about it and it became a cycle. The cycle goes on. Maybe what is really lacking to us are not material possessions, but contentment. We don't know how to be contented anymore in this world where advertisements always encourage us to have more. Purchasing our wants has become our temporary happiness. Shopee, Lazada. The less materialistic we are, the higher our sense of life satisfaction. In short, it's the striving to have more that is linked to discontent and unhappiness. Fostering relationships and serving others and the community are more for fulfilling than having or hoarding material possessions. So thank you so much for listening to my lecture, and I hope you've learned something from me. So take care always, guys, and God bless.